Well, it's been some time since I last did a video of ranking horror flicks. Well, that's going to change right now, as I'm about to bring to you my top horror flicks of 2022 in a ranking right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, back again with another ranking. Today I'm going to be ranking my top horror flicks of this year. Now, this will only include the scary movies and the slasher flicks. I was going to include some other horror flicks that are part of other genres like sci-fi, like Prey and what have you. But I apologize if I'm going to leave those off. They might be shown on the my favorite flicks of 2022 ranking, which I still have to finish up and have it ready by tomorrow. I'll try and do my best to get it ready. But anyway, I've got 10 of these flicks down, so I hope you're ready for it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see about all of them. I know I have yet to see one flick I know a lot of you have talked about, and that being Terrifier 2. But rest assured, I will check that out. I promise. Okay? So please bear with me, okay? So I've ranked 10 of these, and unlike the best of 2022 flicks ranking, I'm gonna do these by my scores and what have you, by the way I like them and what have you. So if you're ready, get ready for the rankings. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 10 is Hellraiser. Now, since I got Hulu a few months back, this was one of the first flicks I watched on there. And I want to say it's not too bad, at least while I haven't seen any of the sequels to the original, except for the second one. This reboot is not too bad, even though some of the Cenobites are different looking and what have you. Even the leader, Pinhead, being portrayed, being a woman, what have you. But I've decided to be neutral and play it cool and what have you. This film isn't too bad and what have you. I have reviewed this film. You should check it out. But anyway, it did have some pretty gory moments and what have you in some parts. But I think some of the cast was mostly kind of a miss than a hit and what have you. But, well, that's why I think I recall. But, hey, you don't have to take my word for it. But Hellraiser 2022, it's not too bad. Now, coming in at number 9 is Smile. Now, this film was really well odd and a little weird and what have you, but it did kind of get a little freaky at times. I do like how it turned out to be and what have you, but let me tell you, it was freaky though. But anyway, I thought it was pretty good and what have you. Now, of course, I will point out I forgot to mention I've reviewed just about all these films except for a couple of them, but their reviews will be coming up later in the month. But anyway, back to Smile. It was good in ways, and I liked how some of this turned out, but I will tell you, it was just like I said, freaky and what have you. But I really love the performance of Kevin Bacon star Sosie in this. She did an exceptionally good job as Rose Cotter. So anyway, I think Smile is definitely a horror flick worth looking into. Definitely. Now coming at number 8 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this, of course, recently premiered on Netflix, and I will tell you, this wasn't too bad. Well, although some of the characters were a little, alright and what have you, but this film still provided some pretty bloody goriness with Leatherface and what have you. I especially liked the massacre on the bus and what have you. That was really, really bloody and gory. Anyway, I know this didn't get a lot of love and what have you, but I liked it for certain reasons and what have you. Still, I think TCM 2022 isn't completely bad, completely. But anyway, yeah, it's just pretty gruesome, like you could expect from previous films. Maybe I think some kind of were complaining about maybe the blood and what have you being CGI again or something like that. Well, I know it wasn't the CGI wasn't great in Texas Chainsaw 3D, but hey, it's okay and all. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was not too bad. Now coming in at number 7 is Orphan First Kill. Now I didn't think we were ever going to get that prequel to Orphan after I heard about it a few years back. But when we finally got it and on Paramount Plus, although it did come to theaters as well, I will say that this is really good. It comes close to being as good as its predecessor. I mean, I I loved Isabel Furman's performance as Esther again, like last time. And the rest of the cast wasn't too bad. It was good to see Julia Stiles in this. That was really good. Overall, I think Orphan First Kill was a pretty good prequel. I hope we'll get to see another one sometime down the road. We'll see. Let's try not to jump to any conclusions, though. But Orphan First Kill is pretty good. I really liked it. And coming in at number 6 is Halloween Ends. Now, I kind of almost got a little mixed on this, but hey, I kind of defended some of this in ways. I know a lot of people weren't too thrilled with the introduction of someone new taking the mantle, and well, Michael Myers being out for most of the movie at times. But even so, I still enjoyed it, and a little bit, and some of the ending could have been a little better and what have you. I know the film's actually now on physical media now, even though it just came out over 2 months ago, and I watched it on Peacock when it premiered. But anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis was once again good as Laurie, and I thought some of the others were pretty good. But anyway, Halloween Ends wasn't completely a disaster and what have you. It could have been just a wee bit better, but well, it turned out for an okay finale and what have you. Next, coming in at number 5 is Scream or Scream 5, as we would preferably would like to refer that as. Anyway, I thought this was really good. This was a really big comeback after a decade and what have you. And I really got to enjoy the performances we got. Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, they were all back. And we had some new members to the group, even for some that were just now added to the group. So anyway, I thought this was really good. And I'm glad they dedicated this film to the late great Wes Craven, since this was not directed by him because he passed away in 2015. Still, I gotta give it credit as a perfect relaunching of the series. Well, I hope for the best the sixth one turns out good and what have you. I won't be seeing it. I'll just wait until it comes to streaming or physical media. Maybe, mind you, I might be looking into that. You can count on it. But Scream 2022 or Scream 5, whatever you'd like to call it, which is fine with me, was really good. I really liked it. It was very good. Now, coming in at number 4 is Barbarian. Now, I recently did a review of this last month after watching it during my HBO Max free preview. well, free trial, I mean. Anyway, this was really good. It's pretty bloody in some parts, and I gotta say, the appearance of the character known as the mother was really creepy and freaky. But nevertheless, I really liked the performances we got from the cast, and the story was really good too. If you haven't seen my review of this film, then you should check it out. I will say that this was really good. I liked that the house that was part of this, that the inside of it looked good, much more than those old houses that were around and what have you. But I really don't want to get too far ahead of myself and ruin this for you all. But anyway, Barbarian, very good film. Definitely need to watch that if you haven't already. Now, these next two films, which they are connected together, this was a tough decision to make. But anyway, these two films are actually connected together, so prepare yourselves. Coming in at number three is Pearl. Now, this is a prequel to the movie that's actually going to come up next. I loved this movie. This was very good. It was so colorful and what have you. And I gotta give Ty West credit for his direction in this. This was absolutely really good. Mia Goth was really good as Pearl and what have you. And I gotta say, what she does in this before she becomes the killer queen, the killer, or should I say, slasher, what have you, really something. This is, as its subtitle says, an extraordinary origin story. Yep, I couldn't have said it better myself. But I don't want to get too far ahead of this. You will be getting a spoiler-free review of this later on next week, I promise, as I've already mentioned in my schedule. But anyway, Pearl was really good. I really loved it. You gotta check it out if you haven't. Now, coming in at number two just happens to be the film that came out before this, and that film is X. Yeah, I loved this. After I recently rewatched this with my Showtime subscription, and now it's eased up a little bit on my score and what have you. I'll give you my score when I review this film. From what I've seen, I thought this was really good. You don't have to take my word for it, but I really loved it. Again, Ty West did a great job with the direction, and his story was real good, and that took place in Texas, just like Pearl did. Anyway, and we did get good performances. Love seeing Jenna Ortega, who we saw in Scream 5 before this, Brittany Snow, and of course Mia Goth, who don't hate me for saying this, but I thought she looked like a real fox and what have you, as Maxine slash Pearl. Now, of course, we are getting a follow up, a natural follow up, a continuation after the events of this in Maxine, which I don't know when it's coming, but I hope for the best it'll come soon. But anyway, X has become one of my favorite films from A24, and Pearl as well. I thought they were really good. But anyway, X is really good. I think you'll love it if you give it a watch. I know it might have a little bit of surprising moments with the graphic nudity or what have you, or something like that. But just bear with me, okay? It was just full of twists and turns in this story, definitely. And finally, my number one top horror flick of 2022 is The Black Phone. Yeah, I didn't know what to think of this, but after watching on Peacock a few months ago, I gotta say this film was really, really good. Now, of course, the film was actually produced in 2021, but this was released last year. And I gotta give this film credit for what it had to offer. With the director Scott Derrickson and in his story, he co-wrote with C. Robert Cargill and Jason Blum's production, of course. And I've got to give credit to, of course, Ethan Hawke, who played the mysterious, deranged captor of these youths, known as the Grabber. I will say I enjoy the performances from everyone, and I do like the music we get to hear and what have you. Because this took place in the 70s, and I'm glad it had a few good 70s songs to hear. It was really something. Now, if you haven't seen this film yet, you gotta check it out. The Black Phone is really good. I especially liked how it was and what have you. It was disconnected and what have you. You could hear dead people. Really, really something. Mhm. So anyway, that'll do it. The Black Phone is my top horror flick of 2022. So, what did you think of this ranking? What's your favorite horror? What are your favorite horror flicks this year? You can tell me your top favorite. Give me your top three, maybe. Whatever you want to do. Leave them for me in the comment section below. And if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you my top 2022 flicks, which it's gonna be the best ones and what have well the ones that I thought were pretty good and what have you. Not judging by my score, but how much I liked them. Okay? And also stay tuned. You will be getting spoiler-free reviews of X and Pearl next week again, I promise. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out my reviews for these other films. I had the other three films in the top five. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Black Phone. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Barbarian. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Scream 5. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.